One Guardian, 4 minutes, and a full breakdown. Let's go. Jack Skellington, one of the best support guardians in Disney Mirrorverse. In today's video we're going to be breaking him fully down in just 4 minutes. But first, if you are new, please like and subscribe for more videos on the channel, and also follow my Twitter down in the description down below to stay updated with all new videos coming out soon. But let's not waste any more time, let's get straight into the 4-minute guide. So we're going to start with the core ability first. So Jack's heavy attack purges one attribute buff from its target. So what does purge mean? It means it removes a buff, and attribute buffs that can be health, attack, defense, or focus. So you want to be using your heavy attacks a lot to remove buffs from your enemies. Whenever an ally purges a buff from its enemy, Jack heals 2.5% and grants all allies a 10% attack buff for 10 seconds. Now this can stack up 3 times, so you can get yourself a 30% attack buff for all of your allies. So the whole point of Jack Skellington is he purges all of these buffs and it turns it into regeneration and also attack buffs. So we're going to move over to the special ability. So all allies gain a 10% attack buff until the end of the encounter. Now this can stack up 5 times and you can grant yourself a 50% attack buff when you do get all of them. So all other allies heal 2.5% per second for 5 seconds. So this is a total of 12.5% regeneration. So when you use your special ability, all enemies are inflicted with a minus 10% defense debuff until the end of the combat, and this can stack up 5 times. So we're going to move on to his signature ability. Now his signature ability is very key to actually using him properly. So you want to have him as a 4-star or above to actually unlock the signature ability. So at the start of the combat, each enemy gains a trick buff that lasts until the end of the combat, and trick buffs are treated as a 0% attack buff. So what they are, basically, it's a buff that acts as an attack buff, but it's 0%, so it doesn't give any benefits. The whole point of it is meant to be a placehold so that Jack Skellington can actually purge these buffs and gain regeneration and gain attack for all of your allies. So it's really important that you have this signature ability unlocked. So whenever Jack purges an attribute buff, he deals an additional 100% damage to that target. This scales up the higher you get your signature ability. So we're going to move on to his talents now. We're going to start with the first advanced one. So whenever Jack purges an attribute buff from that enemy is inflicted with a minus 10% defense debuff until the end of the combat. So it's just more defense debuffs. So moving on to the next advanced one. So at the start of the encounter, all allies gain a 10% attack buff that lasts until the end of the encounter. So it's just more attack buff. So moving on to the last advanced talent. Whenever Jack purges an attribute buff from an enemy, all other allies have a 50% chance to heal 2.5%. So all of your allies are going to heal 12.5% when Jack uses his special ability, but at the same time, every time he purges an attribute buff, you're going to have a 50% chance to heal 2.5%. So we're going to move on to the elite talent. So attack buffs and the heals from Jack's core and special abilities are 25% stronger. So you're going to get stronger regeneration and stronger attack buffs. Whenever Jack uses his special ability, he has a 25% chance to heal 2.5% per second for 5 seconds. So moving on to his traits, he's tall, scary, royalty, and leader. So 1 or 2 good traits there. I wish he had a little bit more, but still some good traits there. So there we go, another 4-minute guide done. So what's my overall thoughts on Jack Skellington? I think he is one of the best support guardians in the game. This is my first time actually playing him properly because I never had him, so having him and actually playing him, it's made me realise how good he is, and he definitely deserves where he is in the tier list. So yeah, if I have to rate him out of 10, I'll give him a 9 out of 10. He's definitely one of the best. So yeah, that is it for today's video. If you want to get involved and actually vote for who you want next, all you need to do is go over to my community tab, and when I do the poll, you'll be able to vote there. So what you need to do is you need to be subscribed. I'll also put a notification out on Twitter so you know when. So yeah, that is it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.